Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Okay, anyway. Hi everyone, it's Elderbell Ghoul. I am exhausted, but we're gonna stream tonight. Yeah, so let's see. Hold on. Okay. Alright. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. Let's see where we were. So we're good. I think we're here because that was with Lily, so playtime 2. Yo, thanks! Yo, Rose, it has been forever since I streamed, hasn't it? Yeah, I mean, I've been a busy girl. But yeah. Anyway, let's go to eternity for an hour. Let's get started again, and actually maybe someday I'll have a consistent stream schedule where I'm not like, you know. Anyway, the club yeah, it's been so busy, and like I've been so tired too, so when I get home I'm like, I don't want to stream. Hey Roman Viking, what's up? I'm finally streaming again. Hopefully I can stream yeah! Okay, anyway. Excuse me. The club meeting is finally over, and as I lazily collect my things and help clean up, I start feeling exhausted for some reason. God, same. There isn't much to do, however, so it's over quickly. Aw, Rin, you're so cute. Who again? No. No, I sure hope not. I mean, I'm a little traumatized from last time. I catch up to Rin, who left the club room just a moment earlier, so we're walking down the stairs to the ground floor. While I try to go over to Nomiya's passionate speech about art, Rin seems to be lost in thought. Not an unusual state for her, I've learned, but something about her expression makes me feel uneasy. Penny for your thoughts. That'd be too cheap. He's so creepy, though. He's all, good girl. It's like, no! You're just overpricing your thoughts. I wouldn't be able to sell them anyway. I'm not sure what I'm thinking yet. That'd be fraud, too, like stealing candy from a baby. That's theft, not fraud. I had to think about what I think. Is this about what the teacher said, getting your work put on display and all that? He doesn't answer, but stops in her tracks as we reach the lobby. No, it's not! Poor Jade! Aww. We're the only people around, so it's very quiet. Footsteps echo from a few floors up, so someone hurries along a hallway. I think I'm going to go somewhere elsewhere. I think she really is troubled. Look at her face! She looks so sad! Want company? I can't promise much help with the thinking, but it's not like I have much else to do, and I'm supposed to do some light exercise. I know. If you like. Oh. Rin leads me outside to the wall behind the dormitories. We love Rin. She's so cute. There's a small back gate there, made from the same wrought iron as the main gate. It leads to the shadowy woodland park behind the school. The gate is rusty as if it hasn't seen much use. However, it sits open, so we pass through my luggages. It's not forbidden for students to leave the ground, but somehow I feel a little uneasy. Oh, that's pretty. Ugh. As a path leads deeper into the forest, my eye itches as well. Okay, that Zelkova and maple trees rustle in the wind, their canopies creating patches of chill air hanging in the places where the shadows fall. The forest smells strongly of earth. I almost feel cold, even though the midsummer day is as hot as ever. Rin trudges ahead like a sleepwalker, sure-footed but with no apparent destination in mind. Her thoughts seem to be somewhere else. I follow a few steps behind, taking much more care to watch where my feet land. Excuse me. The path follows the land uphill at a low angle, sometimes making little detours downhill before climbing back upward. The muted brown and gray trunks line the path on both sides, peppered with ferns and other undergrowth. Pepper! Aw, this is so pretty! I love it! After a little while, I start getting worried. The path is still wide and clear, so there's no chance of getting lost, but it doesn't look like we have any particular destination. There's nothing wrong with a bit of aimless wandering around, but I don't want to go so far that I get too tired to walk back, and then you have a heart attack. I'm starting to get a little winded as my legs feel heavy. I want to stop and get a chance to catch my breath and rest my legs, but Rin keeps on going. Where are we going? Are we going anywhere at all? Worry tree. I see. So what exactly is the worry tree? It's just a tree, like this. She stops in front of a particularly large maple that might or might not be the worry tree. Its lush green leaves sway lightly in the breeze blowing through the small clearing we entered. I guessed as much. There are people who believe that you must come here to wallow in misery if you are miserable. Only by people I mean me, and the tree isn't really called anything. So if you're miserable, you talk to a tree about it? No. What? You can't talk to trees. What do you think I am? Crazy? No, I didn't mean it like that. Or maybe you talk to trees. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that you are crazy. Even though you probably are if you talk to trees. I wouldn't recommend it in either case. People will think you are a weird person. No, just forget it. I love Rin. She looks mildly confused, for which I don't blame her at all. She tilts her head a little to the side, expression melting back to her usual one. Alright, I'm good at forgetting things. So why are we here? Are you miserable then? I can't read the expression she makes. I hate how bad I am at interpreting Rin's mood. She doesn't answer right away, as if she herself isn't quite certain of her own mood. Aww. The blank stare changes into a more difficult expression as she shuffles her weight around. Aww, finally, she's so cute. Finally, coming to a conclusion, Rin shrugs her shoulders. I've grown to seriously dislike that gesture. It doesn't mean anything. Maybe. I just feel like I'm kind of in sinking water. I don't know what I should do. What? I thought she goes there when she's miserable. Is she miserable kissing you? Is that it? Or are you going to be miserable because Akira is going to find out that you kissed at the worry tree and that you're cheating? I don't know where I should go, that's all. Maybe it's not a big deal, but I thought walking might help. Kind of like if I go somewhere, I know where I should go. I don't really know if it did. It really would have made sense if walking had helped to decide where to go. So you don't want to try it again next... Don't be... Yeah. You're in Spain. Or rather, you don't know if you do. Can't decide. Rin doesn't say anything for a while, arranging her thoughts in silence. The quiet is broken by birdsong from somewhere in the... Because it's fun. For somewhere in the treetops, followed by rustling leaves as the bird takes flight. Maybe. I'm not sure if I can have a thing like that. So far I've only painted for myself. I don't think I can have my things on display the way I am now. This me couldn't do it. Her reason sounds like a weak excuse. I make my trademark frown, but she doesn't notice it. I don't get it. The teacher certainly thinks you could. I don't think he suggested otherwise. Sounds like he's calling in favors from his friends, too. I know, he's really done a lot for me, but this might be too much. Becoming someone who can do it might be pretty hard. Maybe I couldn't do it at all. He can't do it for me, and if I let him try, I'd just sink deeper and deeper. Oh, Rin stands in front of the large maple and turns away from me. I want to close a few feet of distance between us and... I don't know. My irritation is suddenly gone and I start feeling sympathetic to her. I know exactly how you feel. Well, maybe I don't, but still. I think I haven't felt like I was actually in control of my own life this whole year. I'm just helplessly going along with the flow. Like coming here to the school. I didn't really choose it myself, and I certainly didn't choose this time in my life to learn that I have this condition. I still can't casually say the word aloud. It's like, yeah, it's exactly like being underwater. Like I can't even breathe. Rin turns to face me again, a sad expression on her face. Aww. Oh, is that why you look so sad all the time? I don't want to look sad like you. Do I look to you like you look to me? I don't look sad all the time. I just don't know what I should be feeling. What kind of face I should be making. Me neither. Oh, she looks so sad. Do I look sad now? Oh, she looks so sad. Oh, baby. Not really. You look like you always do, I think. But I'm sinking. Oh, I feel so... But I'm sinking. I should try to float up like a rubber duck. Quack, quack, all yellow and creepy. I have to think for... I know I would. Akira would have let you. Shut up. I had to think for a few seconds about which direction I should pursue in this conversation. Then I realized it doesn't matter. You think rubber ducks are creepy? You don't? I think they look very creepy. Everything that has eyes but isn't alive is very disturbing, like rubber ducks and reflections in mirrors. Aww. After she plops down on the forest bed, leaning on the maple she named the worry tree. After wondering what to do for a minute, I stand 2 or 3 feet apart from her. The forest envelops us with its embrace, and its stillness falls upon the two of us. We sit there without speaking for a long time. I can literally feel the time passing. Patches of sunlight litter the small clearing in a pattern that echoes the maple canopies. One of them falls directly on me, warming me all the way to the bone. I wonder what I could do for myself, and maybe for Rin. For now, I just keep watching her from this distance. Sometimes she cranes her neck all the way back, so much that it looks almost painful, and stares up at the small patch of sky visible past the canopy of the worry tree. Sometimes she just stares blankly ahead, as if seeing something just beyond her reach. She keeps whispering to herself, but so quietly that I can't hear her, even though I'm sitting right next to her. Aww. I only see her lips moving like she was in the middle of a distant dream. I realize that right now I no longer feel any of the intense loneliness I feel at night just before falling asleep. Might be more like Rin than I thought. I can either give up and stay submerged under the weight of all the crap in my life, or try to change myself for the better. Her decision is different yet the same. And unlike her, I know for sure that I can't stay like this forever. I have to change. What do I do? Well, run. Should I just choose? Oh my god, I'm so scared. I don't want to get a bad end, otherwise I'll cry. I'll cry either way, but I feel bad if I get a bad end. I want to be more like Rin, sure. Rin could probably do it, even though she seems to doubt herself. I have no doubts about her strength. She could do it even if she can't. It makes me feel a bit better too, and I lean back against a tree, breathing out deeply as for the first time in a long time. I'm so scared, guys. I'm gonna be like Hassan and have a heart attack. We stay that way in the small clearing until the angle of sun changes and the chilly shadows deepen. No longer warm where we sit, we leave the forest, turning along the same path we took coming in. It doesn't seem like Rin has come to a decision. I wonder if it was a bad idea for me to come along. It's alright, I don't mind. I'm sure the trees and dirt and rocks won't mind either. Did you mind? No, not at all. I think it helped me too. While we walk back toward the dormitory, the sky is changing to a deep ultramarine. The first summer stars twinkle softly from between the spots in the canopy, barely visible like tiny fireflies. I become very self-conscious about Rin's presence. I haven't thought much about girls since things fell apart at Iwanako. This is kind of the same situation as then, but to be honest, I don't really think it really counts for much, not with Rin. And yet, it feels so good walking next to her, even if it isn't anything more than this. Did she have a crush? At first, I think Rin irritated me quite a bit with her unpredictable behavior, but recently I feel I haven't had to be on my toes so much. I've managed to let myself go a little. It makes me feel satisfied, even though ultimately I think it's more thanks to Rin than myself. She seemed to be disinterested in a huge number of things, but something in her makes me try harder than I normally would. It's not that I want to impress her. I think that truly impressing me when it takes near superhuman effort is because how she is. Instead, it's because there is this relentless feeling inside me that I shouldn't let Rin down. It's really weird. I wonder why I started thinking like that. I don't even know what sort of expectations she has about pretty much anything. So how could I let her down? Rin has unassuming air around her. She doesn't really talk about stuff very often. Even today's confession of her self-doubt caught me a little bit off guard. I feel like I want to talk more with her. The realization suddenly dawns on me that Rin is basically the only person I have. Yo, what's up, Gummy Shark Guy? I thought you were gonna watch because of spoilers. Rin is basically the only person I talk to nowadays, apart from whatever I have to endure from Shizune, Misha, or Kenji. I feel slightly depressed. Bye! Thanks for hopping in, though! In front of the dormitories, I was summoned by my dark thoughts. Oh, not Kenji! Oh my god! He ran into Kenji himself. Ugh. It feels very odd seeing him outside, breathing fresh outdoor air. At least it's already dusk. I partially expect Kenji would disintegrate upon direct exposure to the sun. Kenji himself seems very insecure as well, standing around looking like he's waiting for something but doesn't know himself what it might be. Hey, Kenji, what are you doing? Hello. Who are you? I just made it. Oh my god, I kind of did that a little too loud. Sorry, hold on. I can see my little bar like, oh my god, too loud. Oh jeez, what's going on? It's me, Hasao. I'm not sure if you know Tezuka from Class 3-4. From his face, I can see that he really doesn't know Rin, but you also can't see it from that short distance. Okay. Oh, sup, dudes? What was that? Who are you? Kenji sticks his hand enthusiastically forward, almost straight into Rin's stomach. Rin looks at his outstretched hand in confusion until Kenji clears his throat and retracts the hand. There is something almost cool that he manages to do with social awkwardness. It's not like I'm the most suave man on the planet, but I don't think You missed because, like, the music got all intense and Kenji was like, who are you? And it was hilarious. Oh my god. But I don't think I would be able to even approach Kenji's level. I think I expect Kenji a little bit more. Ew! So you're waiting for someone? He leans closer and lowers his voice to an agitated whisper. I see his facial muscles twitching. Come on, man. You know I can't talk about that stuff here in public. They might be listening. I'm going to have to go pick up some stuff from somewhere, and I don't want those snooping student council hags to get on my case. Also, I don't trust your friend. Nothing personal. Are you sure he's trustworthy? I briefly considered telling Kenji about Rin's gender, but it might end up badly for one or both of them. I decide against it. Yeah, I'm sure. He turns from me to Rin. I immediately get the feeling that I have to prevent them from talking to each other with whatever means necessary. However, there is little I can do now apart from physical violence. In that case, would you be interested in knowing about the worst threat to mankind since they invented vegetarianism? Oh god, he sounds like a vacuum cleaner salesman. I thought it was Sunday. I see you're not in the know. Yeah, man, I'm talking about man-eating cows here. Very few people know what I know, so I'm not surprised. We can't talk here, but if you'd like a pamphlet, come to my room after curfew on Mondays or Wednesdays. He suddenly reaches into his pocket and draws out a ballpoint pen and what looks like a convenience store receipt. Kenji furiously scribbles on the scrap paper and then thrusts it towards Rin. Here's the password. Memorize it and then eradicate any trace of this document. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Eat it, burn it, dissolve it in acid, whatever. Oh my god. I take the receipt from Kenji as Rin is unable to do so and glance at it. It's indeed a receipt, apparently for 2 rice balls and 5 boxes of matches. I hope he is not planning to burn anything down. On the other side is written just one word. Honey muffin? I show a trend too, but she shows no reaction. Thank you. Yo, Hasao, you still in that club? The Club of Dark Arts? Honey muffin? Fine art. Anyway, yeah, Ash had a meeting today.
Still got your wits about you? No shady mind tricks going on? Nothing personal, man, but have to be on top of things.
Oh my god, can't get caught with my pants down. Speaking of which, you should really take showers a bit later. Gotta respect that personal space. Nothing personal. Excuse me. Excuse me. Kenji looks around as if he heard something and then straightens his jacket.
Okay, I gotta scoot now before it gets too late. Later, dudes. Good luck.
Kenji takes off rapidly towards the main gate. Ryan looks after him, frowning. We watch after Kenji's diminishing figure in silence. What's wrong with him? Technically speaking, I think he's legally blind. Oh, I see. What's wrong with him? I don't know, a lot. Rin's like, Huh. Wait a minute. I can immediately tell from the envelope that it's not about official matters of any sort. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned handwritten paper letter. Who bothers doing something like that in this day and age anyway? I might? Let's see. How do I skip? Hold on, I'm gonna... Menu? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. It's not letting me. Let me save first though. Save. Yes, I do want to overwrite my save. However, the letter on my desk has naturally caught my interest. Yeah, so I'm figuring. Yeah. It's the first piece of mail I've received here at Yamaku, so it feels special even if it wasn't something as rare as a handwritten letter. Okay. Oh, snap. Yeah, Iwanako, that's right. Let me see if it'll let me skip it. Oh, no. I had no idea why she would write to me. I haven't been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred. Iwanako's the last person I expect to want to write me a letter. Okay. Maybe. The last time I saw Iwanako was terribly awkward, embarrassingly so. She came into my hospital room, peeled me an apple out of courtesy, and then we practically sat in silence for half an hour. She said goodbye and didn't look me in the eye when she closed the door. That's so sad! It might have been a natural end to the series of visits that were probably pretty painful for both of us. Goodbye. Every time she visited me in the hospital, I wanted to talk to her, but something stopped me every time. Every time I didn't speak made the next time even harder. So sad. Iwanaka always had this aura of fragility around her, as if she'd shatter into pieces at the slightest disturbance. Initially, I think it might have been the delicate... Yo, thanks! I appreciate it, Callius! Initially, I think it might have been that delicacy that attracted me to her, but after what happened back then, I felt as if she really had shattered. She looked so sad, didn't want to say anything that might upset her, and I never could figure out the right words to say. I told her that it wasn't her fault. She nodded, and I really think she understood that if it hadn't been that, sooner or later something else would have made my heart give out. Hold on. Yet she looked so hopelessly sad every time she opened that door and entered my room. This is so depressing. So I never managed to say the things I wanted to say. In the end, that might have hurt her even more. Okay. Let's see if I can skip it in a second. Carefully, I open the envelope and draw out the folded letter from within. No, it won't let me skip it. Okay. Dear Hisao, how are you? I hope you are well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all our second-year class got put together in Class 2-1 for the final year, so we are pretty comfortable right from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you would have been assigned to this class as well. The mood among the third year seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they are so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time. Even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after our second year, but here he is nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams. It's so weird to think we're already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. This is just... The new first year seems so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I have been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I feel that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person. I had no excuse for it. Yeah, none of this sounds familiar to me from the last route, so... The truth is... The truth is, the times when I visited you at the hospital made me worried about you. I am not talking about your health. You seem to become more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened, I'm sure, but somehow I got the feeling that you had given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't really say anything to comfort you. I am really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most, even though I like you so much. At least now, finally, I can be more honest. If I can go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you not to give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you've managed to get back on your feet on your own. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final somehow. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you are doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Iwanako. This is so sad. After finishing reading the letter, I folded it like it was and placed it on my desk. I don't know what to think of this. I feel empty and confused. Why now, after all this time? Just yesterday I decided that I can't let myself stay like this, that I'd try to get on top of my own life. Reading this letter reminds me of what could have been. Of course I wish I didn't have to be here. I'd want to be in the same class with Iwanako again. Maybe we would talk every day now and go on dates. My life didn't go like that. I didn't really need to be reminded of this. Iwanako needed me to write this letter for her own sake. I'm glad for her that she could, but it would have been better if I hadn't read it. Of course she is right. I thought of the same thing yesterday. I had fallen into a pit of depression and I had to try to climb out. Oof. I rip out a page from my notebook and after a moment of thinking how to frame my words, write a short reply to Iwanako. I find it difficult to be really honest to her, but at least I try to appear somewhat convincing. I don't write to her about Yamaku at all. I doubt she'll write me again, but I don't feel at all sad about it. I fold my letter to her as I had no envelope and sent next to Iwanako's. I'll mail it to her later. I cannot talk, goodness. Then I lie back in my bed looking at the monotone gray ceiling. A bird sings outside of my window and a sudden gust of wind flutters my curtains. The summer afternoon feels still, as if time had stopped for a brief moment. I think about all the things I've lost and will never regain. I'm depressed now. Oh my god, this is so sad. Poor Hisao. Aw. I know. So, thus the languid days in mid-June passed by. I mailed my letter to Iwanako and received no reply. Having decided to ditch Joelme, I start observing my fellow students even closer than I did before, hoping to understand how other people cope with their own issues. I start seeing things I didn't before, and it makes me wonder if I've been wrong twice. Superficially, everyone is abnormal, yet so strikingly normal that it shocked me at first. I admired the way my new schoolmates turned my prejudices around just like that, simply by being themselves. Now that I've gotten used to it, I began noticing other kinds of tones in the people surrounding me every day. There is a soft, numb sadness all around me. Aww. I can see an effort everyone has to make just to get through the day, and how it weighs on the shoulders like it weighs on mine. Even the brightest smile is just slightly subdued, every outburst of annoyance just slightly dampened. It's subtle, but it's definitely there. This is so sad! I try to think of what it means, what I can learn from others. I wonder if deep down everyone is as lost as I am. Is there even one person here who has truly found peace? I start to feel doubtful about myself once again. I can't decide whether these people are happy, unhappy, or if they've just learned to cope and now live in an unfeeling limbo like I did all spring. I escape from these feelings into towering piles of books I carried to my room from Yuko's sanctuary. After realizing this will just shut me down even more, I start going to the art club's room more often, usually whenever I can. Rim too seems to spend more time in there than her own classroom. I've often seen her totter towards the door at the very end of our corridor. That wooden door and the room behind it, smelling of paint and paper, seem to mean more to her than the rest of the world combined. She says she has special permission to use the room, which I don't doubt at all. I don't think Nomiya would deny Rin anything. He seems to dote on her like an uncle upon a favorite niece. Thank you, Callius. Have a good night. The object of his affection, however, has no favorites. She says she appreciates this teacher a lot for going the extra mile for her sake, but even when she says that, her expression is the same as always. It's as if she was talking about a particularly unreliable rock that she saw the other day. I can't really figure out their relationship. Rin doesn't seem to let anyone close. I don't even think Emmy could say she's crossed that gap that seems to separate Rin from the rest of the world. I don't understand it. She seems so indifferent, yet so passionate at the same time. Somewhere the school bell rings the last call of the day. I realize I've been zoning out for who knows how long. Days if I sit up straighter, trying to look as inconspicuous as possible. The pungent smell... yes, exactly. The pungent smell of linseed oil and turpentine mix in my nostrils as I draw a deep breath. I feel drowsy and lightheaded. It's already this late and a few club members left early, so it's just me, Rin, the teacher, and two other girls who are also about to leave, and if the teacher shows up, I'm gonna be so mad. Aww. Rin is sitting to my right, slowly working on a painting while I'm idling the time away. I don't think she realizes I've been watching her this whole time. With a nimble move of her delicate ankle, she dips the brush into crimson paint and presses it lightly on the canvas. A stain spreads around as if the brush is bleeding. Her progress has slowed down to a crawl. By now I've learned the stages for her technique, as the paint must not be allowed to dry before she's finished. It occurs to me that I'm literally watching paint dry, and yeah, somehow I'm not feeling bored despite spacing out just now. Most of the time, the art club is very relaxed and freeform. Apart from times when Nomiya gets really excited about some technique or style he wants to teach us about, everyone is free to pursue their own interests. Lacking one, I keep floating around without a direction. Excuse me. I tried this and that, but nothing really leaves me with a deeper impression, not to mention that I don't seem to have a special knack for anything. Well, I did... Huck Stuff, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for hopping on. Well, I did get praised for my attempt at watercolors. I felt pretty good about that myself, but that's it. I suppose it's to be expected. I joined the art club mostly on a whim, after all. I'm thinking that maybe I should quit the club if it's going to be this pointless. But there's nothing really wrong with pointlessness. I can't exactly say I'm unhappy. Unsatisfied, maybe, but I've only got myself to blame for that. Oh... No, not Nomiya, go away! As a pair of girls exit the room from a cheerful bye-bye, Nomiya stands from his desk. No! God, no! His chair scoots back at the loud screech that breaks the harmony of this quiet afternoon. He taps the pile of papers. No, shut up! I'm gonna fight you! He taps the pile of papers in his hands twice against the tabletop in order to straighten them, then stretches his back. I have a faculty meeting. Oh, cool, he can't stay, thank God. I have a faculty meeting to attend, so I can't stay. I'll have to do some paperwork later, so if you want to stay, we can talk then. Sorry about this. There are two people here, but he's really only talking to one of us. Nomiya spends extra hours of his time mentoring Rin after official club hours are over, and I'll bet he'd like to discuss his plan of getting Rin's art into a gallery a little more. It's alright, I think I'll probably be here, but it's not that big of a deal if I'm not. I don't really have much going on now. Rin answers without moving her eyes from the work in progress. The tone of her voice is neither the polite kind expected when talking to a teacher, nor her usual monotone. So I won't need to send a search party if you aren't here? Yeah? No thanks. I know, he's so annoying. He's so gross. I don't like to party. We can talk later. Oh, stop saying that, dude. Smiling, the teacher picks up the rest of his papers and makes But yours is unfounded. Mine is yeah. That's so funny. but Jade's baby. Picks up the rest of his papers and makes his way to the door. I glance at the clock above it and then my watch to double check. They're 3 minutes apart, but nevertheless the class meeting time is over now. Yeah, Jade, be cool. Heck yeah. So sad. Rin seems intent on staying here to work on her piece while waiting for the teacher. I can't imagine what their one-on-one time would be like. Would they actually discuss anything? Rin is always so subdued in what she says, and when she does say something, it's difficult to understand what she's talking about. Maybe Namiya just talks endlessly like he does at club meetings, letting Rin absorb what she will from his infinite well of art knowledge, like a sunflower trying to face the glowing sun. Do you mind if I stay? I thought maybe I'd give watercolors another try. I blurted out the excuse sort of accidentally, embarrassing myself. Rin doesn't take her eyes off her painting. Okay. Shut up! Namiya is terrible. I shift around on my chair, then get fetching a cup of water, brushes, colors, and some paper. The sound of my footsteps invades the still afternoon air. Before starting, I try to recall what the teacher told us. An important philosophy of the medium. Working with the watercolors means working with watercolors means working with water than working with color. I try to keep that in mind, and dip my tiny sable brush into the water cup. I'm mixing yellow and blue, trying to capture the sunlit treetops outside of the window. The sun is low, so the yellows are more pronounced and everything looks darker. I still can't quite connect what I see with what my hand does with the paints, but it's a passable attempt for my level. After a while, I start losing my focus and move the paper aside, deciding to watch Rin work for a while instead. That little while stretches first into a long while, then into a really long while. Oh, I love this song! This song makes me so happy. It sounds so peaceful and nostalgic. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Rin paints, her entire being fully concentrated on the brush between her slender toes, and the painting coming to life one stroke at a time. She seems determined and yet at the same time relaxed, effortlessly moving the brush around, never hesitating. Colors meet and part, mix and cover each other on the canvas, bending to her quite well. Yes, exactly. I don't know anything about composition, structure, or any of that stuff, but I really like Rin's paintings. I like how she looks when she paints. As usual, the silence between us compels me to speak rather than merely wait for her to open up. She might end up saying nothing at all. Do you mind if we talk? I don't mind. I kind of want to ask more about why you get so weird about this thing the teacher wants to arrange for you. Oh. Rin picks up a tube of paint and squeezes it between her toes on the palette almost as easily as someone with opposable thumbs would. Taking up a brush again, she replies, "A lot of things, and some not things, unthings. I don't think that's a word. Look at her, she looks so..." I feel like you're gonna insert her now. Insults. Shut up! No! Do you want to talk about it? I try to reach out to her clumsily, ignoring the embarrassing feeling of awkwardness. Rin keeps her focus on the painting, spreading more and more paint on the canvas. She looks so distraught. Look at her. Her lips forming a perfectly straight line as she concentrates on the job. Not really. Talking is hard. I mean, it's not hard. I'm talking even now, but saying the right things is really hard for me. Oh, I feel bad for her. No matter what, I just can't say the things I want. That sounds weird. It's true. I say all kinds of things I don't really mean all the time. Excuse me. And sometimes I forget words and I use the wrong words. I even come up with new words for things that I already have some. That's the worst thing. I get really nervous and everything comes out a mess and even I don't really understand what I want to say. I think there's something wrong with me that makes it like this. Remember when I said I could only think of 4 things at the same time? I nod wordlessly. It's not really 4. I mean, it is 4, but everything else is also there, kind of in the background. Like being at an amusement park and a beehive at the same time, but that's not the point. This is so... Oh, poor baby girl! I used to do better. Like 6 or 7 things. I think so, at least. I feel like I'm becoming dumber. I think everyone has times when they feel like they can't say the right things. But it's there all the time. Stronger and deeper. Yeah, deeper is a good word. I like that word, deeper. It's that feeling of being underwater. Maybe it's just art. The more I paint, the more words I forget. Maybe at some point I'll forget how to speak completely. It feels like I'm slowly forgetting everything. Do you remember what you thought about 4 years ago? I don't. A long pause ensues, during which time to bend around itself, almost tying itself into a knot. No, he isn't like my Jade. My Jade's a baby, though. I don't think I've ever heard Rin talk this earnestly and for so long about anything before. It's like I'm fading away from the world. Rin, baby! Pure rage. Oh, look how sad this is. I'm gonna cry. Rin's foot has stopped its work on the canvas. She is staring at her painting and moving as if gazing some faraway horizon. Look at how distraught Rin looks. This is so sad. Sunlight briefly glints in the corner of her onyx eyes. Something floats up into the top layer of Rin's being and she lets out a long breath. I know, this is so sad. Then she blinks and it's gone. Paintings stay behind. When I look at old things, I remember what I was I remember what I was thinking back when I made them. They make me feel like I can be with all the past me's when I was a different me. I guess they are the proof of my existence. She used the same exact words Namiya used when he spoke to us of the nature of art. I didn't think Rin was paying any attention back then. I wonder if she was listening or whether she had heard the same passionate speech from Namiya before. Either way, I feel overwhelmed. Boy, are you complicated. I would have taken up writing a diary. Oh, this is so sad. Her eyes quickly flicker to my direction and back to the painting, but she doesn't pick up the brush anymore. That's a great idea. She can paint. I think she could probably write. Why did I ever think of that? Are you being sarcastic? What's sarcasm? I don't call her on the joke even if it is one. Right at the moment. Not Namiya. Go away, dude. Right at the moment Namiya returns from his meeting, he waves to us a very melodramatic hello, mildly surprised to see me here along with his pet student. No! Walking with a boisterous gait to his desk, he drops his papers upon it. No. I'm so mad. I hate this dude. He picks up a handkerchief and cleans his glasses with incredibly meticulous care before walking over to us. Before he is earshot of us, Rin something to me in a quick, quiet voice. Oh, change is the scariest thing in the world to me. And I seriously don't know if I want to change into a person who could do the thing the teacher wants me to do. I don't know if I could, even if I wanted to. She looks so sad. Hello again. Hello. What's going on? He smiles a bit sheepishly, looking at both of us with uninhibited interest. He's so scary. Nothing. We're just talking about that thing with your acquaintance and the guy for Rin's work, sort of. Ooh, wait, decisions. I look at Rin, who's trying to arrange a bothered expression on her face into something else. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say other than you should go for it. Oh my god, how do I answer? How do I answer this, guys? Guys, how do I? Oh my god! Because it would be... shit. To which one? No, shut up! Guys, I don't know what to answer and I'm so scared. I am so scared. Because it would be exciting, sure. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Don't you think it'd be exciting? It'd be wild. I'd be wild about something like this. Haha, so would I, but this is about things like your career and future rather than a youthful adventure. Although there's nothing wrong with enjoying oneself. I don't think I'd get that scared, but I'm like, I don't want to get a bad ending because then I'll like die. Julia gently reprimands my excitement, but I'm not going to let it go. Oh no, I feel like I messed up! Seriously, everyday life is so dull. You always do the same things every day in the same way. This could be something else. No, my boy. It's a big decision. Even though I'd like Tezuka to be more decisive as well, she needs the time to mull it over. Why don't you let her decide? You have good intentions, but at the end it comes down to her own feelings. Any thoughts on the subject, Tezuka? You've been quiet all afternoon. Ew. We both look at Rin, who doesn't return either of our gazes. No, I think I'm going. You are? What a shame. Promise you'll get some kind of answer in a week or so, alright? Alright. Good. Stop saying that, dude! Rin stands up and trots out of the room without anyone saying anything further. Namiya looks at me over his circular pink glasses, smiling sympathetically. You made friends with her then, Nakai? Well, something like that, I guess. Depends on how you look at it. To be honest, I'm not really sure. It's more like me and Ren just tend to hang around each other irregularly, talking or not about something that often resembles some twisted mockery of philosophy rather than normal, everyday thing that friends chat about. Well, that's good, isn't it? You're a new student and we should probably be promoting integration to the school body and such. I can't remember all the buzzwords I spew out faculty and Yamaku Foundation meetings, but that's how it is. Tezuka isn't the most social person around these parts either. Yeah, that's definitely true. So she's talked about my suggestion to you? Oh, no, not really. I think it's been more pressing at her to decide something. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, I'm sure it's fine. I'm too soft with her even when I shouldn't. I don't really know how to handle Tezuka. She's so independent and willful. I wonder if this is exactly what every old geezer of an art teacher who got his hands on a young and fiery prodigy felt like. Look at his tongue. Ew. I am so... Okay, skip. He chuckles ironically to himself a little bit. Turning to face Rin's latest work with she left drawing on the easel. She departed so abruptly that I wonder if she considers it finally finished. So let's see the painting then. He leans in closer, peering at the canvas. Don't get closer! Go away! Stay back! It draws you in, doesn't it? Okay. Namiya stands back straight, his face a dreamy, nostalgic visage. I don't answer him, but he seems to be taking my agreement as a given. I sometimes stay here after hours just to look at Tezuka's paintings. She's really just prodded that word. I can't talk right now. At such a young age, I get shivers thinking of what she could become with a few more years of refinement. You asked me what makes an artist. Remember, this is it. They take a piece of the world and shape it into their own image. Metaphorically, of course. Looking at her makes you wonder what the world looks like through her eyes. It's a wonderful thing to be young and full of passion, the most extraordinary time of your life. You would do well to remember that, Nakai. Nakai? Yes, sir. It's so silly. People always ask artists, where do you get your ideas? Me too, Huckstuff. That's why I'm asking him too. As if idea is something sold at the market for pocket change. You can't explain inspiration. For people like Tezuka, it's like breathing. It's an instinct. I've met maybe one or two with the same kind of raw potential, but no amount of potential will amount to anything if one doesn't work to realize it. Shut up! It's practice, technique. Practice. Draw for an hour every day for a few years, and even the most hopeless case becomes a passable artist. Tezuka is not brilliant because she's born with a natural talent for this kind of thing. She's brilliant because she works harder than anyone ever since she learned to hold a pen, most likely. And all of it with her feet, no less. Absolutely phenomenal. Silence finally lands in the clubroom as Namiya lets himself get drawn back into Rin's painting. Gently murmuring acceptance over the silhouette canvas. What kind of things do you paint yourself? As if waking from a reverie, he looks at me surprised at my talking to him. Oh, I don't. Not anymore. I became an art teacher only after my career in that field came to an end. Now I just pass on knowledge to the next generation. The way Namiya answers is curious, both giving and withholding information. I feel like asking more, but he cuts in before I get the chance. Now you should run along, my boy. My boy. It's almost dinner time, isn't it? Yes, sir. Have a good evening. Creepy. You too. I quickly collect my stuff and step out into the deserted hallway, leaving the leaving the teacher along with his music. My boy! The weekend will be here soon. It's amazing how fast time flies here. Good meme. I promised Emmy I'd join her for the celebration of her triumph at the track meet last week. That should be plenty of fun. I always have to do the little head bop every time the song comes on. It's just so good. Are you sure you want to go? The weather has been wonderful all of June has finally taken a turn for the worse. The leaden clouds dripping over the town look worrisome and the air feels heavy and still just like before rain. The forecast says a 60% chance of rain this afternoon. Maybe this will mark the beginning of the rainy season. Of course I'm sure. I've been waiting for this all week. Emmy, you're so cute! Emmy had planned a picnic at some nearby park with snacks aplenty brought from the what am I talking about? From the convenience store, but with the weather this gloomy it seems risky. I asked some other people to come too, but they didn't want to go because of the weather. We have to prove them wrong. Wrong how? You know, like how it always rains when you think it won't, and when you think it will, it doesn't. We'll go no matter what, so it's a win-win situation. I've been going without sweets for weeks because of practice for the track meet, but now I can sport on anything I want. Nothing is going to stop me now. Look how cute. She's so cute. Oh my god. I thought you were all about a healthy lifestyle and stuff. Oh, Estelle, you understand so little. There's not a single planet. There's not a single girl on this planet who doesn't love sweets. I don't like sweets. She doesn't. She doesn't count. Oh, anyway, is this clear? She doesn't count. Completely. We will go and eat our fill of sweets. Damn straight we will. I'm going to have to work it out later, but it's so worth it. Rin is just Rin. Emmy seems to be extremely determined about this. She is positively exhilarated, brimming with energy as always, but something feels special today. It looks like she can hardly stop herself from jumping up and down on the spot. Come on! I grasp the wooden handle of the umbrella I brought and start to follow the two girls, who seem to have no qualms at leaving me behind if I keep daydreaming. My umbrella is really fancy, the old-fashioned kind with a curved handle and a metal spike at the end. It used to belong to my grandfather. It looks like an antique, but it's in really good shape, almost good as new. It's really big too. I remember how my grandfather, my grandmother, and I all fit neatly under it when a rainstorm caught on us on the afternoon walk years ago when I was around 9 or 10. They're going really in depth into this umbrella. My grandparents are both gone now, but I still have the umbrella to keep me dry when it rains. Okay. We walk along the road leading down from the school towards the convenience store. The clouds casting the dark shadow down on us. The weather seems to be taking. Okay. The weather seems to be taking a. Okay, I get it. A very important umbrella. The weather seems to be taking a turn for the worse, and I'm pretty sure I just felt a raindrop on my head. Didn't you guys think of taking umbrellas? It really looks like it'll rain. Rin looks at her limply hanging sleeves and shrugged her shoulders. I don't have one. Besides, little rain won't kill us. She pushed the chest out, looking very confident about that. We aren't made of sugar. I thought that's exactly what girls are made of, especially considering what you're planning to gorge yourself on today. She's so cute. She just sticks her tongue out in reply. The walk down from the school to the local shopping district is not a long one, but it's not very short either. It's all downhill, so our steps roll easily, but time stretches out nevertheless. The distance is right there, in that gray area where you don't expect the trip to be quickly over with, but you aren't preparing for a long walk either. Thus, the trip was slightly too long to stay comfortably quiet the whole time, though the girls don't seem to mind. Rin walks calmly ahead, seemingly lost in thought. I'm kind of worried about starting a conversation since the last time didn't end very well for either of us. I hadn't exchanged a single word with her since then. Emmy, on the other hand, is way too happy about just walking. She seems to literally jump a little on every step, or skip over cracks, or bounce on the edge of the sidewalk. Every now and then she comments on something to which she replies in an automatic sounding nonsensical way that makes Emmy giggle a bit. As he reached the bottom of the hill, the first raindrops begin to fall. I feel one hit the top of my head, then two more hit my nose in quick succession. It's not one or two rain clouds anymore. The entire sky has turned shadowy gray, billowing rain clouds swirling right on top of us. Oh shoot, I guess we aren't going to have a picnic then. What now? Maybe we could have a rain picnic. A picnic in the rain. No, we just all catch a cold. I don't like getting me or my snacks wet. I kind of like it, not the snacks part though. Emmy considers our problematic situation for a moment while I open my umbrella and lift it up, trying to hold it so all three of us get covered. Hey Hassan, have you been to the Shanghai yet? It's a cafe somewhere around here, right? I've heard of it. It's a nice place. Let's go there and wait out the rain. If it's really just a quick shower, we can still go for the picnic, and if it gets worse, we'll order cake there instead. Shanghai, heck yeah. I wonder who works there too. Neither Rin nor I have better ideas, so with Emmy taking the lead, we start walking briskly along a side street. The cafe is only a few blocks away, but even with the umbrella, we can't avoid getting slightly damp. The rain keeps coming down harder and harder. Where's that one song that plays that's like, I forgot what it's called, Puddles and Raindrops? I don't know. Raindrops leave tiny dots on the black asphalt road, which then combine into bigger patches like pointless artwork being made in front of our eyes in mere seconds. It's pouring heavily, drumming on the hoods of the cars. Almost. I forgot what it's called. The parks on the side of the street are puddles, raindrops and puddles? Is that what it is? I don't remember what I said. Already flowing in little creeks along the sidewalks. Yay! I love that song. The yellow light shining through the rainwater streaming down the windows looks very warm and inviting. I shake the excess water off the umbrella and head inside with them. Yes, exactly. Following Emmy to the vacant table in the furthest corner of a small cafe. The place is almost full. Apparently other people had the same idea as Emmy, and now we all stand together here in this cozy little place. Varnished wooden pillars and paper screens mixed with Parisian-style tables and chairs in discordant harmony, a contrast of old and new. Light jazz, yeah. Plays quietly in the background, though it's mostly drowned out by the murmur of the customers. Let's see, let's find out, Miss Save. Red Velvet, you were right. Save, yeah, save here. Red Velvet. There's one waitress serving the full house, frantically gliding from one table to another and trying to keep up with everything. To my surprise, I think I recognize her. I watch her deliver... yeah! I watch her deliver a tray of teacups and pastries to another table taken by Yamaku students. They take an order from a middle-aged couple sitting across from us before finally turning to serve us. Yuko? Now she's close and facing me. I can see that it really is her. Sneaky! This part-time librarian of Yamaku in full waitress attire. It's a pretty cute outfit. She has her hair tied up in buns to match. It's a completely different image from her mousy, plain style at her other job. Yuko blinks a few times looking confused and remembers that she was about to say something. Welcome to the Shanghai. So you work here too? I thought you were a university student or something. Yes, that too. It's a part-time job, as you can see. It's Sunday, so there aren't any lectures. Good thing too, since today has been so busy, I'm wishing for another pair of hands. Anyway, I'm in a bit of a rush, as you can see. What can I get you today? Emmy doesn't hesitate even for a second. Her eyes glitter like those of a kid in a candy store. Tea for everyone and cake for me. Yuko tries to stay as formal and professional looking as possible, smiling cheerily at my ravenous companion. Yes, today we have a choice of strawberry shortcake, raspberry layer cake, or lemon meringue pie. Strawberry! No, lemon! No! Actually, I'll take both! She looks at me in challenge. I'll just take the pie. Nothing. Emmy makes a face at Rin as though she had bitten into a lemon. She's clearly unhappy with her for not joining in. Oh, come on, Rin. That's not the plight at all. Nothing, thank you. No, you said I need to order something too. I'll take a straw then. My feet are all wet. Sorry? The drinking kind of straw. One, please. Yuko's like, Yuko is obviously uncertain of what to think about this. She fiddles with her pen and is stationary for a moment, looking like she's about to cry before saying that we haven't finished ordering. Why is she gonna cry? Me at work. Thank you very much! Yuko. She bows down a little too deeply and scampers safely behind the counter. After that ordeal is over with, I have a chance to relax a bit and take a better look at the surroundings. Almost every table is occupied by people happy to be out of the rain, thankfully sipping the tea while waiting to dry off. Fragments and grumbling about the lousy weather or discussions over recent homework carry from nearby tables to my ears. Each one overlaps the other, but all are covered by the sound of falling rain. After a while, Yuko returns to our table carrying a tray with a huge teapot, 3 cups, a slice of cake, and 2 slices of pie. She's like... That's so funny. She slaps the tray onto our tiny table with a clatter, almost sending the teapot toppling over into Rin's lap. We barely recover before she bows again and leaves, hurrying off to serve the other customers. Emmy has been eyeing her strawberry cake very hungrily all this time, but somehow managed to contain herself until Yuko is out of sight. She digs in with gusto while I content myself while pouring tea for everyone and placing the straw in Rin's cup. Rin looks at the way the tea swirls around her white china cup, her eyes half closed, almost like she's being hypnotized. Oh, it's beautiful. I pick up my fork and eye the food in front of me. The pie I got looks perfectly done, a thick layer of meringue on top, creamy lemon custard. Okay, I need to go to sleep, guys. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. That's it for now. Yeah. This was fun. Hopefully I can return next week and the following week and so on and so forth because I really enjoy streaming. I just get so tired. But anyway, I'm going to save here. We'll save again right here. Thank you. Have a good night, you guys.